This is the book that accompanied the Kersplat television series on Channel 4. You can see the tagline at the bottom, Splat, or why comics aren't just kid stuff anymore. It's various old comic covers in faint monochrome. In the background you can see there Revolver, the short-lived spin-off from 2000 AD. That's Revolver cover 4, there's the actual cover. And also up in the top right corner we've got Prog 663 from January 1990, which if I pull up on my digital database, there it is, there's the cover. So we'll take a look inside the Kersplat book. The contents page, after the introduction origins, there's 10 separate chapters. Now I've only got 9 of the programme, so I'm not sure if I missed one or whether there was only 9. So we have the introduction to comics, got some very early samples of picture and text art forms, the origins of comics, some early comics there, and origins of British comics. Got Dan Day there from Eagle, Frank Bellamy drawing there, and then we've got Judge Dredd, which is a Steve Dillon Dredd there, which, searching through my database, I found it's Prog 205 is where that first appeared, that Dillon Dredd. And we have a look there, there's the cover, 1981, and there it is at the end. But of course that's slightly different, because the one they've actually used is from the Eagle reprint, Judge Dredd 19, which has also been scanned in by some fan somewhere, so here it is. And there you see, that's the one they actually used in the book. And down here right to the end of the British section we've got a slight mistake there. They said later came Star-Lord and then 2000 AD, of course 2000 AD started before Star-Lord and then swallowed it up. And so we're on to the chapters now. Romance, which I guess corresponds to the Real Love episode, which I have as the 4th episode. And then Cowboys, which I would think corresponds to the True Grub episode. True Grub being a play on the True Grit. Every programme in the series are little short 10-minute plays. They're all just 2-character plays. Then we have the horror section, which will correspond to the last episode I've got of the same name, Horror. The next chapter is Underground, and it starts with a full page of art from probably the most famous Underground comic producer, Robert Crumb. And also classed as Underground is Revolver, the offshoot from 2000 AD, and they have a page there which was actually from Revolver number 2, which got all the revolvers on digitally here. So there's that picture there, see, that they've used. The next chapter is Funny Animals, which I would think corresponds to the Dr. Grub episode. And then Secret Identities, which may correspond to the 3rd episode called Vortex Test. Revenge is the next chapter, and the first programme in the series was called Revenge. And then Dreams, which which corresponds to the one that I missed, but luckily is already on YouTube, so I've grabbed that. If you look in the description that one, you'll see credit to the person's channel that I got that from. And down here we have a piece of art that references the probably most famous Edward Hopper painting, Nighthawks. And here we have another picture from Revolver. So if I go back to my digital database, and that was in Revolver 3. Wonderful artwork there. Milligan and McCarthy, the writer and artist of Rogan. Gosh. Then the next chapter was Privatise. And then the last chapter was Armageddon, which maybe, if there was 10 programmes, would be the one that I missed, that I don't have, which I'm guessing is the last programme, because all the dates I have are consecutive Sundays through January to March 1991. And then at the back of the book we have resources, information about collecting comics, going to conventions and marts and exhibitions, comic book price guide there, 1990. And also information about learning the craft, how to self-publish, how to submit work to comics publishers, and then even a list of all the retailers at the time, several Forbidden Planets already around the country, and then a reference for further reading on comic information. That's a little bit of comic strip there. So well done Channel 4 for all them years ago producing a great little series of programmes and a cheap booklet promoting and supporting the comic strip art form. So there's the 9 programs I have, all on YouTube, ready to go. But by the time you see this on YouTube, they'll all be live and watchable. And for the 2000 AD fans out there like myself, just point you at the bits throughout the series that use bits from 2000 AD. Instantly recognisable, bizarre Kevin O'Neill work there from Nemesis, the Warlock. So if I go to the relevant folder, 1983 progs, and there you have the original page out of the comic. And in chapter 5, Privatise, there was a little bit from Barton. All that Prog 663 from 1990, and there's the very first Barton and the panel there that they used. And in True Grub, you'll find these at 2000 AD bits are all clickable as well, so you can go straight to them if you look in the description. So a little bit there was recognised as Jim Baker, and it was in the very first Jewish Trade magazine. There you go. And then Underground had a couple of clips from Rogan. Gosh, out of Revolver. Revolver number 4. So there's that panel there. A bit of crazy art, which was in the same episode. Big splash page there, dreamy, trippy stuff. And the horror episode had 3 bits, Simon Bisley, Slaine there, that'd be Slav Feg, I think. And That was in Prog 632 back in 1989. Got all my digital collection nicely ordered so I get to them very quickly. There it is. Pity really Bisley's work didn't quite show up as well as it could because of the quality of the comic back then. Now that little clip took a bit more fine. I recognised it, I thought it was a Steve Dillon, so thanks to Barney, list all Steve Dillon's work and fairly quickly found it there in Prog 353. Now I don't have the actual colour one scanned in, so here's the actual comic. I do have most of the Eagle and quality reprints. And they've used the colour reprint in that very quick little flash of Dredd in the Kersplat episode. There it is. And the last bit was probably one of Dredd's, if not Dredd's most famous enemy, Judge Death. And that was way back in when he very first appeared. Brian Bolland drawing him there in Prog 149 from way back in 1980. Those, as far as I see, are all the references to 2018, the book and the programmes that I've spotted. If I've missed any, feel free to let me know. So watch those 9 episodes, 10 minutes long each. Strange, weird, bizarre. Hope you enjoy them.